he was raised up in an Islamic family, and he gave credit to one of his goddamn professors.
Yeah, and if I may say this real quick, see, you paying homage to these scholars and the NSRV and the NSV and all them different so-called translations, newer translations of the Bible. What you have is a term called gatekeepers. Now, when you look up the term gatekeepers is basically these so-called scholars that have set forth a certain gate around what being a scholar is, and only the people that they accept or the people that they acknowledge to be learned people, so to speak, that can teach the Bible, those are the only ones that can bring out information about the Bible, about the scriptures. I mean, who the hell are they?
And any information that goes against what and any information that goes against anything that they have established to be the criteria that you're supposed to follow, is deemed a heretic.
That's it.
Because any information that contradicts the bullshit and the dogma that they've been pushing for the last 200, 300, 400, 500 years or whatever, you're basically deemed a heretic, and you're looked at as a quack. You're outside of that circle.
Because them crackers say so. Right. And the majority of the books that you read are go back to crackers, man. Yep. Dr. Yosef Ben Yayakim, which, by the way, Yosef is a Hebrew word, Joseph or Yahweh, which means he will add, and Ben means the son of, yep. All right? And Yayakim means Jonathan or Yawanathan, all right? Those are Hebrew terms, man. Yep. And he wrote a book called We the Black Jews. Why would he write a book called We the Black Jews? Somebody look that up. Put in We the Black Jews. You niggas are all over the place with your bullshit, man. That's why we don't get with you guys. See, them guys, the guys from the GOCC and what's this guy, Divine Prophet, they're going to wake up to you guys. They're going to wake up to your bullshit, man. They're going to see right through your bullshit. If you notice, when you had that little sit down last night, Tazariak wasn't there. Nasi wasn't there. What other guys wasn't there, man? There was guys that are normally there. They wasn't there, man, because they see through your bullshit.
I just want to read this on the Jesuits because it ties into what you were talking about, how they're gatekeepers. It says, the Society of Jesus is a Christian male religious congregation of the Catholic Church. The members are called Jesuits. The society is engaged in evangelization and apostolic ministry in 112 nations on 6 continents. Jesuits work in education, founding schools, colleges, universities, and seminaries, intellectual research, and cultural pursuits. So all the bullshit and all the books that you read and the criteria that you guys deal with, doctor this and doctor that, all of those motherfuckers were set up and trained by Jesuits, or might even be Jesuits their goddamn selves.
Right. If I could say this, now you had a Jesuit that was a 27-year Jesuit, almost 32. It takes 32 years to become a Jesuit. So he was almost a Jesuit, but he was trained and studied in the Jesuits, Alberto Rivera. And he was trained to go into different religions as the Pentecostal and other religions and basically overturn their teachings and teach something different, subvert them.
Yep.
That was his whole. That's what he was trained to do, and there came to a point where he got tired of doing that, and he started revealing them, So those Jesuits that you see, what they do is they go into a place, they try to overturn, like Comfy and them, which Elder Apostle Tahar brought this out years ago when they started calling themselves the Apostolic Succession. That basically was a Catholic Church dogma.
Let me say this since I brought it. Yeah, when they started doing their shows and they said, I'm so and so of the Apostolic Succession, I'm such and such of the Apostolic Succession, I said, well, let me look that word up. And when you look that word up, matter of fact, go to that. Go put in Apostolic Succession. And I said, and I came to the conclusion. I said, these guys are Roman Catholics, man.
Yep.
They ain't nothing but Roman Catholics. Go ahead, speak.
It says here, this is another point about, it says about the Jesuits. The society participated in the counter-reformation. In other words, they're designed to counter.
Right. But
That's
you know
what
what?
they do.
That goes back because the Counter-Reformation was set up, I believe it was against the Protestants, or it was the Protestants against the Jesuits. I can't remember because I it's been a while since I went over that. But that whole apostolic succession, we had one guy, a Irish dude, that came to the camp talking about the Council of Trent, which the Council of Trent, there were different instances of the Council of Trent. But I think, if I'm not mistaken, the main one was in 1562 or somewhere thereabouts. And the Council of Trent basically was set up to establish what's known today as the apostolic succession. That's what they established, you know. And that whole thing about the apostolic succession and all the different the donation of Constantine, as they call it, which supposedly gave the Roman Catholic Church divine power and physical power on the earth over everybody through the crown of Rome, was all a farce. And there were different people out there like Lorenzo del Valle and Richard Hooker that basically exposed that whole lie of the Roman Catholic Church receiving that divine power, or that the power from the different kings that were here on the earth to become these superior leaders over all the people. It was all a bunch of lies. So what's happening today is that they're just following that same lie today, and they're the ones that's setting forth the criteria of what is a gospel and what is not. But what does that mean to the Most High? Back then, you had the wicked Pharisees and Sadducees setting up different studies and groups that would set up the doctrine or dogma of the day. When Yahushua came on the scene, he started teaching them with authority. And they said, who the hell is this guy, man? He ain't never learned. He ain't come to our schools. He ain't come to, learning in our schools and being learned. And we never seen him in any of the classes. Who the hell is this guy? But the Lord, that's how the Lord operates. He operates outside of the dogma or the doctrine of the world, because the Lord don't deal with the doctrine of the world.
Yeah, I got something going back to Shaka, and he read about I believe it was Osiris, how he rose on the third day, and he said that somebody had, and I'm waiting for you to tell me who was the one that dug up all this information about the so-called ancient Egyptians. I mean, at what period was that? And then he put it in the scriptures. All right, was it King James? Because they started digging up stuff in the late 1700s, early 1800s, even unto this very day. So who was this guy? Name a name. Since you like to name names and give dates. Anyway, it says in here in Mark 8:31, it said, and he began to teach them that the Son of Man must suffer many things, that he is Yahushua, and be rejected of the elders and of the chief priests and scribes, and be killed, and after 3 days rise again. What does it mean after 3 days rise again? He didn't raise up on the third day. He rose on the fourth day.
That's right. So that's the point. See, the point is, you guys, and then I'm gonna say this, man. Them guys in the GOCC, they off. They totally off as far as the name of the Lord is concerned. As far as getting into the Book of Enoch,
yeah, they're completely off. GOCC is completely off, and the proof of that is that they're trying to battle with these clowns, man.
And they talk about the mermaids and all that bullshit. I'm pretty sure they teach about reptilians and and the grays and all that. They off, but even they destroyed your monkey ass. What's his name? Shakamos. You know, they destroyed you, man. You know, and all they did was a simple thing of looking up the bullshit you bringing out, or being born again. It was in the coffin or whatever the fuck that bullshit is. You know, and then when you go into it, it has nothing to do with the scriptures.
I got a question for Shaka. Now, I wasn't even thinking about Shaka, but the Spirit is on us to speak on Shaka, man. We've been getting on Polite for the last 2 weeks. Now we're getting on Shaka. Farah Shaka.